All right, we're live. Hi, everyone. Just going to wait a few minutes for everyone to come in here. Hope everyone is well. And feel free to add messages and chat. I don't do this very often, as you may know, so I'm just going to check some things out. Let's see. Good. Okay. So yeah, if anyone's on, just give me a hello so I know you're there. Be awesome. So yeah, it's Sunday. It's pretty interesting here. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. We're just seeing, hey, Special K. It's pretty interesting to just see like where, because as many of, I hope everyone is taking it seriously, is the global pandemic that we're living through. And just the amount of people that are staying in now. I live right downtown Vancouver, and they say it's the most densely populated city in Canada, and it's number 5 in North America. So there's a lot of people here. So it is concerning when you see people walking around and not taking it seriously. Oh hey, Higher Evolution, hello, glad you're here. Yeah, so it is kind of weird. Today I had a very weird thing. I took the dog out. We have a property, like I live in a high rise, but so I take the dog out. I've got a chocolate lab, if anyone of you have seen any of my videos. Sometimes I have them around. And anyways, took him on the property, and just because I'm worried, because people always want to come up to him and pet him. So like right now, I'm like, I don't want anyone coming around me. So I kind of take him in different places than I used to, which I'm really missing nature walks every time, like you have no idea, as I'm sure many of you are. But yeah, anyways, I had a bit of an altercation with a person today when I took him out, because they said, well, dogs aren't allowed here. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of things that are changed right now. And I think it's just best that, we just leave things as they are, because if I go out, I don't want to bring in any kind of infection if I come across people that just, are wanting to pet my dog and all this. So let's just like not go there right now, okay? Anyways, some people are just like really, I think it's a very stressful time for everyone. So, and being cooped up in their homes makes people do weird things. And I think it's going to get weirder, because it's not a natural thing to be not socialized, right? So, hi, Dominican truckers. I'm doing good, thank you. Hello. So I did want to have a chat, because we do hear a lot. I'm an ex-JW, ex-Jehovah's Witness, as many of you are that are tuning in and going to see this. And I don't know about you guys. Please chime in if have Jehovah's Witnesses, have your friends, your former friends, your family, are they reaching out to you and trying to encourage you to come on back, that kind of thing? Because as I know right now, Jehovah's Witnesses aren't allowed to, aren't meeting together as they normally would, right? They're tuning into their JW broadcasting and doing a lot of things online, I believe. Or I should say I know. I should say I believe, because I'm not part of it, so I can only go by what I'm told and what I see, right? So anyways, so yeah, it's weird times. I know it's like the perfect marketing, the perfect sales pitch right now for Jehovah's Witness. It's all they could want, really, for having their, this is the end, we've been telling you. So I've had some of you viewers reach out to me and say, yeah, it's really frustrating. Like my mom's reached out to me and just like really hammering out the videos to me to watch. My sister, my mom, so mostly our families are reaching out. I haven't had any contact with my family. They haven't reached out. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I'm okay either way. It's okay. but my older sister has talked to them, and they were very much about like, well, this has been prophesied, and this is something that you should be paying attention to. And so basically, she holds the phone out here, and she's like, blah blah, we know this, right? It's like we grew up in this stuff, so we totally know um, that what this is, which is funny because, and I say funny tragically, but it's having we've been spoon fed this. I've been spoon fed this stuff since I was as long as I can remember, because I was born into this religion. So these were my beliefs right from a child, and they say that if our belief system that was given to us up to the age of 7 is usually what people stick to, right? And it's very hard to shake that, and that's why ex-Jehovah's Witnesses or people that are waking up or getting out, it's very difficult to process that, especially as someone, if someone is coming from a background that they've been born into it and that it's been programmed so heavily. So when I was thinking about this, I'm like, yeah, I've definitely been preparing for doomsday. Like I'm sure all of you have, if you were part of it as well. And when we look at the world events, I mean, as a Jehovah's Witness, it was always like when you tune into the news at night, or you tune into news, oh my God, there's more shootings, there's more rioting, there's an earthquake here, there's this new outbreak. But now here we are with the global pandemic. So, and all of these things are what they call the sign of the last days, right? In the Bible. And so Jehovah's Witness says that's kind of where they put their world events and tie that into the prophecy to really exacerbate their message of, join our masses and then you'll be saved, kind of thing. So yeah, we're all being it's frustrating when our ex-Jehovah's Witness family contacts us, or former friends, and this is why they contact us, not on the reason of we care about you, we miss you, we're looking out for you. Yeah, thanks. So it is frustrating, but I was thinking, because I was on another channel and people were getting really mad about, why is my family only reaching out now? Why wouldn't they care any other time? Like, now they shun me any other time, but now they're reaching out. Like, what kind of love is that? And that's easy to feel that way because, I mean, these are strong emotions, right? But I was thinking, we should remember that we once believed what they do. We used to look through those same lenses and programming that they're still stuck in. So my way of responding, ever since I left, like I've been out for, this year is my 12th year. Fantastic. Whoop, whoop, 12 years. But I always think that the best way to respond to them is to just say to them or yourself that I appreciate you for thinking of me. I appreciate that. And I always say that to anybody that even just sends me a text or something, because I'm like, wow, they took that time out of their day to just think of me, or to look out for me, or to say whatever they say. So for family, for friends, or anybody, like, I appreciate where it's coming from. It's coming from their fear, their love, as twisted as that is, now that we are awakened from the truth about the truth, we're away from the organization, and we have a better understanding of, like, okay, this is not right. So, for me, it was, I didn't see it came down to the love wasn't there. True love and understanding the difference between conditional and unconditional love. However, now that people are reaching out, now they do love. I know that my parents, people, Jehovah's Witnesses are loving people, but it's just unfortunate that the organization has these twisted rules on them that this is how they are allowed to, show that. So yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, I'm like, well, it's their decision, it's their life, and I have to live my life, and I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you for, looking out or thinking of me. Because yeah, at the end of the day, I definitely believe in being tolerant of others. So if that's their choice of belief systems, if that's their choice of not wanting to be around the family or what have you, um, that's that's their choice. That's their life, right? So tolerant of others, love first, and realize that we were all in that same boat at one point. So you know what? This preaching about the end of the world, I mean, it's nothing new whatsoever, right? We know that. There's doomsday cults. Most religions have beliefs around Judgment Day, good versus evil, Armageddon, etc. So Jehovah's Witnesses are definitely not the first. They're not the last. They're not alone in preaching about this end and trying to line up some kind of prophecy, some kind of belief system with this fear tactic. There's so many people. I mean, probably from the beginning of time where people could predict anything, there have been predictions of the end of the world. Even more recently, like I was kind of looking at, okay, what has been more recent as to end of world predictions is like, remember the 2012 Mayan calendar that was ending? Like that was the end of the calendar, and there were so many people that was worried that at the end of that year, 2012, that was going to be the end. 2017, so what is that, 3 years ago, there was an asteroid that was coming towards the world, and that was going to be the end of the world. So, I mean, this pretty much happens every once in a while, right? Every year, every few years. It's almost commonplace, actually. And with the Watchtower themselves, I mean, since its inception in 1879, they've been preaching the end is soon, and they originally predicted it would occur in 1914 and in 1925, which obviously didn't happen. And then they adjusted that to say the end will be very shortly, which culminates in billions of people being killed at God's War of Armageddon. And only those that followed the Jehovah's Witness organization's beliefs on that and were practicing at the time will be saved, and thereby surviving to live forever on this earth. I mean, that is such a good feel-good, right? It's such a feel-good thing to believe in. So who wouldn't really want that? But people that, start actually critically thinking about that belief system and is it true, and really, going through their belief systems is where it comes to research. I want to see what you guys are saying, and I don't know why I can't see it. I'm just trying to find that right now. Oh, there you are. Okay. Here we go. Let me catch up to what you guys are saying. Oh, yeah. Higher evolutionary. My mom said, well, you know what's coming next. Right. We do. Armageddon. Woohoo. Thank you, Mom. So Dominican truckers, they never stopped talking to me, but they don't try to get me back either. My dad's an elder. I just walked away from it, never got disfellowshipped. Oh, really? Yeah. I ended up walking away too. I didn't, I never got disfellowshipped this last time. I was disfellowshipped a long time ago. That's a whole other story. But when I faded out, I kind of stopped going, and then, so I'm not disfellowshipped, but I suppose if they get my channel, I don't know. I don't frankly care at this point. What else you got saying? They look to feel they're so unique. Yeah, this is true. Well, they're not at all, right? Higher evolutionary, they're definitely not unique. Call it doomsday anxiety. Oh, yeah, right? Like Special K and Acid, thanks for saying that. Emmanuel Velikovsky called it doomsday anxiety. I'm going to have to look that up. That sounds cool. It's not cool at all. What am I saying? It sounds interesting enough that I say cool. Okay. Okay, where was I? So anyways, back to the Watchtower, when their inception, calling it the end, they've done this. They've done this over and over. I think there was a year. What was the year? Was it I wasn't alive then, but it was like, was it 1970s or something, or 1950s when they, yeah, it is cool. Was it 1950s or 1970s that they also had another date that it was going to end, and people sold their houses and all this. I didn't really know much about that at all, probably because I was either not alive or I was like too young to know really what was going on. Anyways, if you know that date, I can't remember, but anyhow, regardless, there's been date after date after date, and it's always the same thing. It's always the same. This is the end. I mean, my last video that I did, I had tuned into the JW broadcasting. Yeah, 75. Oh, that sounds about right. I think I was dyslexic on it, and I said 57. But yeah, I think you're right, Special K. Anyway, so with the JW broadcasting, I don't know if you guys saw the Stephen Lett, the governing body member, and he went on there, and the way he said things was just so bizarre. Like, that guy is so animated. He's a cartoon character. Like, someone should do a cartoon about him. Like, he is so crazy. Oh, it's 75. Okay. All right. 2 out of everybody here. You guys are obviously right. So 1975, Jehovah's Witnesses. There we go. That was another date that they had put on, and I believe that was actually the date that so many members had sold their houses and sold everything and basically gave all their money to the organization, right? Because they all thought they were going to, be gone. And so it was I think there was so many people that ended up leaving after it didn't come true that it's craziness. Yeah, it is absolutely, that's the word for it, is crazy. And horrible, like, poor people. Like, what a way to, like, get rid of your home and your family savings and everything, and, to an organization that truly just does not care. Like, that's awful. So yeah, like, for people that are, like, so if you're newly awoken, if you're recently woke up and you've left Jehovah's Witnesses, maybe you're recently disfellowshipped, or you're just kind of like coming out and saying, like, this isn't right, and you're slowly fading away, not going to meetings, what have you. But now you have this coming on, right? So now you have, like, the global pandemic. You've got, like, this coronavirus that's scary. You've got Jehovah's Witnesses, they're scary, and they're telling you got to come back. This is, prophecy. I mean, it's. I can only imagine. I'm empathizing here with newly ex-Jehovah's Witnesses because of how tumultuous it is to leave the organization, for one, but then to also have, you have all your family taken away, you have your friends taken away, so your whole community is just gone, and now you're in this global pandemic. So I can only imagine how scary that must be right now. Where is that? Oh. Only to be higher evolution. Oh, only to be told, oh, you read too much into it. We never said anything about the world ending. Haha. I've heard that before. Isn't that just crazy? Yeah, I know. There was a few years ago. Sorry, I'm like adding on to higher evolutionary there. There's a few years. I mean, back when I was like probably starting to fade, but it was like, oh gosh, was it 2008-ish, 2007, 2006? Anyways, that was when they were, they had changed the 1914 thing so that it didn't, because people were dying. There was like no more, like, people of that generation were dying and dead. And so there's not enough of them to actually say that that prophecy can come true anymore. So then they had to change things. And then they said, well, we shouldn't have, people basically blaming the members that we were being silly in thinking that we were lining up. Our time with that date and yet it was coming from the organization. Like the feeling of that was so condescending at the time. It was just, they're horrible. Okay, anyways, so back to, so people that are currently leaving or have left, they're disfellowshipped, what have you, newly out of the organization. I'm thinking of you guys, I'm thinking of you people, because it is a scary, tumultuous time as it is. But I say, you know what, like, use your critical thinking, question everything. You know, do your research. If you believe in this being the end, why do you believe that? You know, if throw that back to your Jehovah's Witness family. Why do they believe that? Is it because it's true? How do they know it's true? If it's because they believe in the divinity of the Bible and various interpretations of prophecy, why do they believe that? Is it because the organization told them? Like, or this is also to you, like, you know, where did those beliefs come from? Really just start breaking down, like, what do you believe? Because when you first leave, it is like quite a process to figure it out as to, you know, do you believe what the Jehovah's Witnesses still believe, or, you know, the Bible and what have you? Is it accurate? It can be proved, but no matter what, continually use your critical thinking and question everything. Oh, there's a TED Talk called "Is the World Getting Worse?" We'll check that out. Yeah, but you know what? I'm really disappointed in the organization, because when I went to their you know, jw.org a couple weeks ago or last week, there was no support there for members. There was nothing that was supporting them mentally. Like, there was no mental health, well-being, anything even about washing your hands. Like, the front and center was the Four Horsemen, and you know, and that was from 2017. So they were probably hyping that from the asteroid at that time. Anyways, so yeah, I thought it was disappointing to see that there was nothing front and center about washing your hands, or, you know, not hugging, and just like that physical distancing, all this kind of stuff. They're definitely putting out their own message of we need more members. I mean, they're not saying it that way, but that is what it is. This is an interesting time too, though, because they're coming into the memorial, which is the largest event for Jehovah's Witnesses each year. And this is when they usually do a large push for invitations and inviting. Usually would see them on the street corner or door knocking, putting out the invites for everyone to come to the memorial. But this year, because they won't be having the memorial, I mean, they're probably using that as kind of a, well, we knew this was going to happen. Cheer up. We knew it was going to happen. We've been waiting for this. You know, everyone meet in their homes, and we'll do the Passover and watch JJ, or watch the broadcasting. I'm sure they're going to probably be doing it over some kind of video conferencing, you know, Zoom or what have you, or their own, to watch the speaker, and then they'll do their actual Passover in their homes, or in, you know, in their smaller groups, so 10 to 15 people, or some kind of organized thing like that. But, you know, like, the organization is definitely, they're losing money. They're losing money because all of their lawsuits right now that are going on because of their pedophilia cover-ups. There are so many lawsuits out there for them right now. That's why they're selling off all their Special K, you're funny. I lost my job. I was working in the kissing booth at the circus. I don't know if I believe you. Sorry, the viewers. But so with the memorial, like, this is where they line people up, and, you know, if people want to, and this is also where they love counting the amount of statistics, so the amount of attendees, and that's kind of where they get going on. So if they feel like their stats are up for the memorial, then they're going to bring more people in, get baptized for it's their own statistic counting to see how they're doing as an organization. Because at the end of the day, they're a business, and that's how they make money, so with their members. So, hi Danny, thank you. Thanks for being here. So yeah, so when you go and see them on their JW broadcasting, and you have the governing body saying stuff like, you know, cheer up, we've been waiting for this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that is like such an unloving thing to say, for one thing. Cheer up. I mean, we are all, as the global all, are going through something that's we've never gone through before. And to actually tell their members to cheer up. We've been waiting for this, waiting for people to die, waiting for Armageddon so that the billions of people can be wiped off the earth. Boy, that sounds like a cheery thing. Like, what a horrible person. What a horrible thing to say. Um, and they've been predicting the end, and that's their thing. But this is where they definitely jump on their fear mongering so that they can get people in here, in their organization. It's a very negative view of the world and life. To look forward to the end. Like, I remember like being as a Jehovah's Witness. Looking back, I realized, like after I came out of it and everything, I realized that I was not happy. And I didn't, because I didn't know what happy actually looked like. I didn't understand that feeling of freedom. Having been born into it and lived it my entire life, how would one ever know what the other look like, like what the other side looks like, or what does happy actually feel like? like what is like having this doom on you all the time? What does that feel like to not have it? So not having it now, it's amazing how much happier I am. I mean, I've gone through depression. I've gone through that. I mean, there's a lot of processes that I've had to go through just to get out of the Jehovah's Witness stuff. And it never, quite frankly, leaves you, because once you've been in it for many years or been raised into it, and even if you came into it later in your life, I think so much of it has just become so ingrained in you. I mean, that's the cultism of it. But anyways, I just, now that I look back and I'm like, well, that is amazing how I would actually look forward to the end, because you're constantly looking forward to, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. So this isn't life. Like, don't think that this is happy life. We're going to look forward to the end when it gets better, and we're going to have like the paradise, and Jehovah's going to look after us, and all this whole like rainbows, right? Dominican truckers, it took me over 10 years to deprogram myself and be happy. Yeah, geez, I know. I am with you, buddy. Like, I'm there with you big time. Takes a lot of time. It definitely takes time. So I was watching another channel, and they were saying like how some people are getting so freaked out over, and I'm not talking just JWs here. JWs feel like they've got it in the bag, like they're definitely, they've got it in the bag, and they are like, they're on the other side already, like planting their new seeds in their new world, right? Like I think they've already feel like they're excited, right? But there are people in the rest of the world who are just like, what the F is going on? Their jobs are gone. They can't buy enough toilet paper. There's like all these things that is very fear of lack. There's a fear of not having near enough. Anastasia, you're so right. They are constantly living in the future, ignoring the present. I lost all my chat. There we go. Ignoring the present world and the real issues we face. Thanks for coming in, and Anastasia. You're so right. I know. Living in the past or the future, they're never in the present. But yeah, so anyway, some people that aren't part of the JW, they're actually, stocking up their bunkers, and they're or relying on conspiracy theories that, I'm not even going to go there. Some crazy stuff going on. So I feel like, what, science has got this. We've got doctors working on vaccinations right now. We've got this. We are in a time of medical technology that will save us. Humans can save humans, and I truly believe that that's what will happen here. I have no worries whatsoever that this is the end of the world. I do have concerns that people that I know are going to die, or get the disease and die, I guess I should say. So, I mean, there are concerns, right? And they are real, and I feel for people that I don't know, because it's such a heavy energy in the entire world that we're all going through this. And just watching the news, I mean, it's very sad when you see a country that's like Italy, that's burying 1,000 people a day, and that's just really freaking heavy. You know, when you see someone turning papers in their newspaper and it's their obituary, they used to be like half a page long, and now it's like page after page after page. And when I saw that, I mean, I just cried, because it was just so sad that that's what's going on. So, not to go heavy and sad, but it's a sad topic, I guess, or it's a heavy topic, but it doesn't always have to be. I think looking forward to, so somebody said, well, oh my gosh, there's like empty streets, like it's apocalyptic, like we're living at the apocalypse. It's empty streets, there's nobody around, it's quiet, it's like, it's, very freaky, zombie kind of, zombie land kind of thing. But I kind of look at the empty streets and I think, well, could we not see that this is what we see when we see love in action? So people staying home, they're physical distancing. We're showing how much we care about each other, whether we know them or not. It's not just about brothers and sisters. It's not just about our own family. This is about our neighbors that we do or don't know. This is about ourselves as living longer, and our healthcare workers and our emergency EMTs, like the emergency ambulances. Anyways, the emergency technicians, the ambulances, and the police, and all these people that we're physically distancing ourselves from people so that we can save each other. And to me, that's love. That's love in action. So this isn't the end of the world, my friends. It's the most remarkable act of global solidarity that we may ever witness in our lifetimes. People staying apart from each other. Who would have thought? To save each other. So that's my message, and that's what I got. I'm not going to go any longer today. I'm just going to double check that I got all your messages, and thank you all for showing up. And please subscribe, and I'm going to be around more often because I like you guys. Hey, James Smith. From what I've seen on Kim and Mikey, they're making big money on the sale of properties. I bet they're hiding it to say they're broke. Oh yeah, the Jehovah's Witness organization. It's crazy. All the Kingdom Halls, and they're selling them off. That's for sure. It's craziness. All right, my friends. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you again. Much love and hugs. Bye. Bye.